Next up is Amber Holly, who's going to tell us that people are inherently stupid.
It's my life motto. I tried to write my notes on my arm, but Eric made me wash it off. So let's face it, people can be stupid, am I right? Yes, and people kept trying to prove this to me on my flight out here on Wednesday over and over and over. And it happens everywhere, but probably most often in traffic, and that's why road rage is a real thing. But, you know, we have to, the thing is that it's really about expectations. And now I'm getting nervous because, so people can be infuriated. They can be entitled, they can be selfish, and that's really about expectations because our expectations are influenced by our values, our experiences, and our beliefs. And that shows up in social norms. Have you ever been in a crowded parking lot, you have your blinker on, and then all of a sudden somebody swoops in and steals your parking spot blatantly? I mean, how does that make you feel? I've seen people go rageful over this. So the problem with anger is that if you hold on to it, it becomes resentment. And resentment is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. You're the only one that gets hurt. So it only takes away from your happiness and it impacts the things that you're interested in. And Mr. Montoya can tell you, I think he would agree with me, that letting go of anger is a gift for yourself. So how do you do that? Well, a conflict happens, and I define a conflict as an expectation that's not being met. So sometimes we think a conflict happens and then we react. Like, somebody stole my parking spot, so I punched him in the throat. But actually, conflict happens and we have thoughts, and our thoughts influence our feelings, and our feelings influence our behaviors. And so when somebody says to you, oh, stop being angry, not only does that hurt my therapist's heart, but it's also not where we have the power to make change. Where we have the power to make change is in our thoughts. So one way to do this is positive self-talk. And I'm not talking about pretending everything's all sunshine and rainbows. It's about having a more neutral view of things. So if somebody cuts you off on the highway and you tell yourself, oh, they're so reckless and they tried to kill me, you're probably going to be angry. But if you tell yourself, hey, they probably didn't see me, or maybe they're rushing to the hospital, you're probably going to feel differently. And so the power we have is in the way we think. And whatever we focus on expands. So, I'm a little ahead. If we focus on positive things, we will see and experience more positive in our life. If we focus on negative things, we will see and experience more negative things in our life. Right? So I have couples that come into my practice and they will tell me that, you know, they'll be telling me a story about something that happens, and I will swear that if they weren't in the room together, that, I'm just gonna skip that now, this is my 3-year-old, she takes everything personally, and her days are an emotional roller coaster. So we need to take ourselves out of the equation, and it allows us to be more calm and have a different perspective. I know that's easier said than done, but maybe you say, hey, I can handle stupid strangers and acquaintances, but what do I do with the people close to me? Well, a lot of conflict can also boil down to differing perspectives. So this is where I had a couple come in, and they told me about an experience, and I swear if they weren't in the room together, I would think they're in different relationships. That happens a lot, actually, in couples therapy, I will tell you. So the thing is, our perspectives are true for us, but they're also true for our partners, and we need to remember that. Another thing I see is that people will have expectations that they never share with anybody. So the problem with that is, obviously, if you're holding on to an expectation and you don't tell anyone, then they never know that. I have this guy who actually felt like he wouldn't be financially secure until he had $50,000 in savings, but he never told his wife. So unfortunately, they were never working towards that, and they thought about money all the time. So it's important to communicate. And uncommunicated expectations equal premeditated resentments. And resentment is a relationship killer. So make sure if you have feelings about something, especially with your partners or your spouses, you need to tell them that. It can be as simple as that. So I wanted to let you know that you can actually manage your expectations and increase your happiness by changing the way you think about things, the way you communicate, and what you let in, but that's about boundaries and we don't have time to talk about it. So just remember, in short, you can always just think to yourself, well, that's stupid, and move on.